Hello there, everyone. I am Ben the Bold, and welcome to another episode of our Restless Germanians campaign. Now, this little province right here, this is the entirety of our country. Now, if you will notice, if we go to our ledger and look at the number of pops we have, we, the Swebian people, have more than double the next highest army in the world. So, yeah. We're getting a lot of support from this one little province. No, I'm just kidding. We are, of course, a migratory tribe, and we are actually just waiting for our stability to rise up just a little bit longer so that we can migrate this province once again and continue to travel across the world, burning things to the ground around us. Let's go ahead and without any further ado, get started. So, again, we need about 3.2, 3.4 stability. Yeah, 3.2 stability, and we are currently, below 1. Unfortunately, our people are going to be upset, and going to be upset really quickly. Well, except for the fact that this is our capital province, and we don't lose loyalty in our capital province. But take a look at that aggressive expansion. Raw and culture happiness, 54.52. Man, they really hate us, don't they? Doesn't really matter, though, because we just are going to pick up sticks and move across the world. I'm going to go ahead and just keep going with morale of armies. I don't even need the no Casus Belli war cost reduction, not just because when I don't have any territory, stability doesn't really affect me too much. Oh, well, until I'm trying to resettle and unsettle, of course. But also because I'm not actually declaring war. I'm just going to a place and raising it and not having any of the negative penalties for declaring war by doing it that way. Let's go ahead, put you in as the arbitrator. Sure, might as well just try to bring down that aggressive expansion a little bit, but really doesn't matter. The only thing aggressive expansion is really good, keeping low aggressive expansion is really good for, is keeping any tributaries in line. And you know what? We may not even need any tributaries anymore because, well, we're just going to run across the world, burning it to the ground. I'm almost have enough stability. You can see that I get 0.54 stability today, so it actually doesn't take me that long to get back up to 3.2. And we should talk about where our armies are going to go next. I halfway thought about Macedonia or Phrygia. Phrygia, they are the second largest army in the world. I might just march right through Phrygia towards maybe Armenia. Armenia has 44 cohorts. They would be a fight, that's for sure, but I think we could get it done pretty quick. Let's check out the tech level of the Armenians. Ooh, they don't have great tech. What about the tech level of, for instance, some of these nations on the Black Coast? Ooh, this plutocratic republic, they are Hellenistic. They're allied with Cortiorum, as well as the Seleucid Empire. I don't necessarily, well, I was going to say I don't necessarily know if I want to get away with the Seleucids yet, but as the Seleucids are kind of falling apart, maybe some more conflict with the Seleucids would be good. I think I am going to start making my way into Anatolia, towards Armenia, probably towards these two. Let's take a look at you. You have very good tech too, so I'm probably going to be looking to come here next along. So we are going to march across the Black Sea towards this territory. Let's go ahead and just bring kind of our vanguard armies into place. I'll bring you to here. You're not going to take any attrition doing that. Go ahead and just unpause the game. We'll just keep going, keep moving our troops around. And of course, before we declare any wars, we will be sure to check and see what their alliance structures look like once we get there. We have enough stability to migrate once again. We are now, again, officially a fully migratory horde. I'll go ahead and put a leader in charge of this army. That guy sounds pretty good. And we will march you off to war. Now, it looks like we're going to go to war against this little Karaesus. Sure, that's going to be how we're going to pronounce that. We'll just lose some family prestige from you, that's fine. That would also mean we're going to go to war with Pontus. Pontus has a little bit more tech than we do, so I don't mind going to war with Pontus real quick. I could also think about declaring war on you. You are at war with a bunch of people, and that would be, once again, an easy opportunity to completely destroy the Mosean people. Including, as well as the Scythian people. What are you? The autocratic monarchy of Scythia. Well, what about you? You are also Scythia. So we have two Scythias in the game right now. Weird things are happening, that's for sure. I think I am just going to move on. We have, I feel, done enough damage here. So let's go ahead and start marching towards our new areas of conquest. Also, is this little city-state allied with anyone? Ooh, they give tribute to Paphlagonia. Or Paphlagonia. Who is Paphlagonia? Where are you? Oh, dearie me. That's where we're going to go next. Let's take a look at Paphlagonia. You are allied with Armenia. So we would have to fight Armenia. Well, we wouldn't have to fight Armenia. We could just stay in the Paphlagonian territories until we declared peace. Actually, I think Paphlagonia might be where we are going to go next. I don't know. Either way, we are going to move from the western coast of the Black Sea to the eastern coast of the Black Sea. And you know what? A better way to do this, instead of moving all these armies individually, is just to grab them all, I think, and let's just move them here for now. We will, of course, redistribute them once they get there. Maybe I'll grab a few. For instance, we'll grab a few to go to these various regions of Paphlagonia. I'm going to go ahead and split this army in half, send half of it to this fortified province. You are going to go there. Yeah, just as they come marching by, we'll grab them and switch them off to specific provinces we want them to go towards. We do, of course, have lack of food in some of our armies. Now, these armies I'm not really worried about. These are our tribal vassals. They can't cross through nations like our migratory horde can. So, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to kind of leave them where they are. Might even think about, once again, traveling up north, taking on the Bosphorian Kingdom. The Bosphorian Kingdom looks like they cleaned up after what I did to Scythia. Of course, then again, I may decide no and just keep on pushing southwards. I really am enjoying playing as these migratory hordes. It's a ton of fun to just march around, steal. Ooh, looks like we have Paphlagonia Superior. What is that? You are at war with a bunch of people and you have a decent tech level. You know what? As you are at war with a bunch of people, I think you should be at war with the people. And when I say a decent tech level, yeah, 2. Alright, so it's not as amazing, but we are going to eventually burn down as much of the Anatolian Peninsula as possible. So let's go ahead and just start this fight. We'll raise you. And now we are starting a war with the Paphlagonia Superior. They don't have any allies. In fact, they're at war with a bunch of people. So we're going to go ahead and just try to grab as much territory as possible from them real fast. In fact, how many soldiers do they have? They only have 2 cohorts. Yeah. So this right here is their entire army. Let's go ahead and... Oops. And they just lost their entire army. Let's go ahead and real quickly grab a hold of this province right here, or this territory right here. That's going to allow us to be able to restock our food supplies. And of course, as we are capturing territory, let's go ahead and raise said territory. We have just destroyed their army again. Honestly, they declared independence, it seems, and then they didn't know what hit them. Ooh, I definitely want to break this large block of soldiers up. And probably move you, because you're taking a bunch of food attrition. Let's move you somewhere where you're going to eat Well, we're going to keep raising these cities. We're actually getting close to being able to tech up, and in fact, we actually did tech up. Well, we have enough. All of these inventions are free, so might as well grab them all, right? Am I going to be using heavy infantry? No. Am I going to be using any more trade routes? No. Am I going to be building any more buildings? Well, no, not for the foreseeable future. Do I care about aggressive expansion? Not if I'm a horde. Monthly tyranny? Sure. Civic provincial investment costs? No, I don't really care about it either. But why not? Because since I don't have any pops, it's all free. Wonderful. Alright, and let's keep going. Try to grab as much tech as possible. Ooh, once again, the local power of Pontus. Uh-oh. So it seems like we are actually at war with them as well. I guess... Alright, so they allied up with several little countries. Let's take a look, shall we? Who we are at war with. Now, of course, we could probably get out of this war very, very easily if we wanted to. I have a feeling they'd be willing to take a peace offer with us right now. And instead of what I was thinking during my break, I was thinking instead of settling a bunch of territory and then declaring peace, what if I just settle one territory and then take a bunch of territory in the peace deal? I can't just take nothing, or I can't take a bunch of territory in a peace deal without taking one territory because I don't have any. Basically, you have to have a connection to territory that you currently own to be able to take territory. Which doesn't make sense when you're playing as Migratory Horde. Well, we will just keep... Again, we are just destroying them before they even know what's hitting them. You are actually... Yeah, so you're losing a little bit of food per month, right? It's just because all these people are walking over you. Well, let's stop doing that. Meanwhile, we are raising as much as we can. And we are also, importantly, restocking all of our food supplies in these two provinces, which is very important. We definitely want to make sure that we are gaining food. We're even restocking our food supplies here, even though we haven't taken this province, or this territory. Very good. Might as well keep this going. Let's get these 61,000 men. Don't want them taking unnecessary attrition. We'll have you come straight towards... I guess if you're going to be potentially fighting someone, we should probably put a general in charge of these armies. It says we need a researcher. You know what? No, we don't. We're not gaining any advancement from having those researchers anyway. Where we are completely teching up all is through conquest and raising, which is kind of a cool way to play. It reminds me of playing as a horde in EU4, which is honestly a really fun way to play as well. Although this just is a little... I feel like they've taken that mechanic from EU4 and just made it a little bit more intense, I guess. Because now you can actually play without having to be bogged down by the nuisance that is actually owning territory. And I love that. Alright, so you are in... Alright, so let's move this army into this province. You can stay right where you are. Perfect. We unfortunately can't raise this city. I guess because it has already... No, because it says we're not the territory controller. Well, that's not true. We definitely are. But we will go ahead and at least restock our food supplies. And we'll do a bunch of raising everywhere else. I'll tell you what, this little rebellion, it happened right at the perfect time for us, as this migratory horde moved through. Now, they had no way of knowing that when they declared independence from Phrygia, that they would be just absolutely swallowed by an onslaught of Swabian people. Now, I want to be careful. I want to make sure I don't take too much land because I want to keep my migratory self moving. Let's go ahead and raise there. I want to keep my migratory self moving. I don't want to have to wait for more stability again. And let's take a look at tech. Yeah, look. This, I just teched that up, and I'm already at 34.64%. Might as well get all of these, especially, I mean, even though they don't necessarily matter, there's no real reason not to get all of these inventions. Let's also go ahead and grab an elder. Just someone loyal. Alright, so I currently have 13 stability. So if I were to go ahead and settle somewhere, for instance, if I were... Well, I guess I will have to settle my armies wherever I go, but I don't have to do that until after the peace deal has been made. Let's go ahead and raise this city. Any other cities to be raised? No. I'll wait until I can siege down this province, since I'm currently not even taking any attrition because I have the food. We will also go ahead and let my armies resupply their food stores. Yeah, it looks like everyone is supplied. Good for them. And we have won this siege. Let us... I guess we can't hit that, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and desecrate their holy sites, because why not? In fact, I'm pretty sure there's an achievement for desecrating the holy sites of a whole bunch of different religions. Maybe I should go ahead and go for that, since it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of conquering in this playthrough. So, let's go ahead. I am going to use... Let's see. There are 15 pops here. I'm actually going to... And some of these are actually very well popped cities, aren't they? Alright, so I think I'm going to come over here and I'm going to settle this territory. Where are some of my armies that don't have food? Is that my only one? Yeah, alright, well, that I'm not worried about. Alright, so I have about 15 stability, so I want to be taking 5 provinces. So let's go ahead and just settle here. And now we can sue for peace. And when I say 5 provinces, I mean 5 territories. Sorry, I just always do that. Let's do... So we have this one, and I'll take 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will give all of those back. So I'm only going to do this because I want to keep my migration onwards. I don't want to have to just sit and wait, but I also want all of these juicy pops, because all of those juicy pops in these 5 little territories, those give me more people. And honestly, I will still have to wait because some of these have more than 20 pops in their cities. Some of these territories have more than 20 pops, which is going to make it slower for me, and I have to hit the migrate button a few times. So let's go ahead and press the OK button. Yep, we are now a local power. We are also now at peace. We have some new diplomatic actions. That's alright though. I am now going to go ahead and... Well, dominant culture is not Swabian. Oh, geez. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it is. We just have to wait until the month ticks. So now we have to figure out how to make all of these places Swabian. Well, it's easy here. I just need 10 pops. So let's go ahead and break this army apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I have 10 pops here. We'll select them. Move you over. I don't want to bring any more than 10 pops because I can only migrate 20 at a time. Here, I only want to settle... Let's do 10 pops again. So I will break you apart. I'll take these 10 pops. I'll go ahead and settle them. And now when the month ticks over, I'll be able to pull you off. What about here? I have 9 pops. So I'll need a few more. So I need at least 9, so I'll need 10. So let's go ahead and just bring 4 more. I'll settle this army. The month is ticked. Let's go ahead and start moving some armies around. Oh no, I've built a clan retinue here. Well, that was fast. I'll take these 29,000 pops, and I am still planning on going to war with these guys. They only have that one ally, which is Armenia. As long as I stay away from Armenia, I'll be fine. They also have a subject. They receive tribute from you, and you are who I really want to sack, because take a look at all of that tech. Unfortunately, you do have a fort. I've had some bad luck sacking provinces like this after the fort. I get that error saying that I don't control them. But I don't know. I'll go ahead and settle all of you. And then once I settle you, I will go ahead and at the end of the month hit that button, and let's check out this last one. Alright, so you are just completely... So it's going to take me a couple months to settle you, because you have 21 pops already, so that means I need to move 22 pops there. So let's go ahead and just... In the meantime, I'm going to start moving these pops into position where they will one day grab a hold of the... What are you called? The Paphlagonia Inferior? Oh, that's so sad. They're the inferior Paphlagonia. What a shame. How sad. One of our characters has cancer. Let's move this army apart. How many troops you have? You have 5 cohorts, so... I'm going to go ahead and give you a general, just to keep you in charge of something. Let's go maybe here? No, I don't really want these 20,000 men to take on that army of Paphlagonia Inferior, so we're going to go here with you. I'm going to settle this province, and now I should have the majority Suebian, just barely, perfect. And now I will press the button once, and I will have to wait just a little bit of time. Yeah, so I will have to wait just a couple months. You know what I could do? Since there's no reason to hoard my political influence, I might as well stab the pig. That'll just give me a little bit more stability every month. It's changing my 0.72 per month now. That's great. We'll wait a couple months, and we will be good to go on the warpath once again. Alright, 1 more month should do it. Well, no. 3 more months should do it, and then we will press this button 1. Well, I guess we'll need to do it 2 more times. Let's make sure that you're not taking unnecessary attrition, please. Same with you. Now you can go anywhere. I think I'll take you here, just in case. I want to get my pops away from Armenia. So if indeed the Armenians do come to their allies' aid, they'll have to come through some enemy territory to do so. I don't think Armenia has an access agreement with Pontus. Although, which Pontus? I'm having multiple Pontuses. Is that a civil war? What's going on there? These 3,000 men, I guess you can combine with those 18,000. And I can hit this button. No, not yet, because dominant culture is not Swabian. What? Alright, which means I need to move some more Swabian pops over. So how many Swabians do I need? There are currently 9 Swabians and 13 Paphlagonians. So I need to move 5 Swabian pops into that region, or that territory. There's 5. We'll go ahead and move you this direction. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's take a look at how many soldiers we have currently in our army. Wow, we have 402. We started that war with 355 or something, so we have gained some serious manpower here. And at the end of the month, I will be able to tick that back over. I also will probably be able to, at that point, just hit the button twice, and we will be fully migratory once again, ready to take on Paphlagonia Inferior. Button once. Oh, and I will have to wait 1 more month because I need it to be 3.2. Let's check the... Alright, so once again, 4 Paphlagonia, 3 Swabian. So I'm going to break you apart, just add 2 more Swabians. Tell you what, we got to do a little bit of math. I'll do 3. Why not 3? Bring you in, move those 17,000 men here. Now it's official, 6 Swabian, 4 Paphlagonian. As soon as this month is over, we are going to hit that migrate button for the last time after this war, and there we are. We are once again a fully migratory tribe. Now, let's take a look at how many pops we have, or how many soldiers we have. 414. We are absolutely cleaning up. This is insane. This is an insane way to play this game. How many cohorts does Rome have? Rome has 73 cohorts. So here's the thing. Our migratory horde, oh my gosh, just look at them. Look at them. Oh my goodness. Our migratory horde, it can just absolutely ravage a place. But here's the thing. We are building all of our cohorts out of pretty poor light infantry. They are going to take lots and lots, and I mean lots of casualties when they actually have to face a real army, which is why we're going to keep trying to beat down weaker opponents for a while. Eventually, I would love, although it might just be too much micromanaged to handle, I would love to take a swarm of half the world's population and attack some of these major countries like Macedon, like Carthage, like Rome. We'll just have to see what happens. This is a ridiculous way to play, man, and I am loving it. Ooh, looks like oh, that's Phrygia. I thought for a second we had organic Egypt, where with Egypt under the old Egyptian rulership, of course, it's just the Phrygians. Alright, we have a couple more minutes here. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to have to wrap it up here. My girlfriend's calling, and so I should probably answer that. And we are about 30 minutes in. I like to keep these to 30 minutes, so that's where I'm going to wrap it up here. But look at all of my little armies. And look at how many armies we have. This is amazing. This is fun. We are going to continue on this southern Black Sea route. And I will definitely catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you want to. And I will see you later.